Hey guys, welcome to a special Saturday night stream of Retro here on the GNN Gaming Network. Thank you for joining. If you aren't familiar with GNN Gaming, you should head on over to Twitch. That's GNN_gaming. Already got Josh Malkak in the chat, showing up to say hello. Welcome, buddy. All right, so I'm doing Ocarina of Time, because it's like my all-time favorite game. I've got an Ocarina of Time, see if it turned right here for the camera. I got an Ocarina of Time tattoo on my right arm. Oh yeah. So this is like one of my all-time favorite games. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna see if I can beat it. Just like start to finish, see what happens. I am playing this on the Wii U Virtual Console, because it's way easier to hook this up than my Nintendo 64. And I get it in HD this way, which is cool. Let's see here. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio. Sure that the audio is coming through. There we go. At least I think it was coming through for you guys, but it wasn't coming through for me. I've got to play with the settings in my streamer. Here we go. There we go. Okay. I couldn't hear it. Hi, Wolf Angel in the chat. All right, here we go. All right, so as always, the name stays the same. Here we go. Now for the 5 minutes of cutscene I can't skip.
In the vast, deep forest of Hyrule, long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy.
Who is sleeping at the beginning of every Zelda game, except one. I don't care what anyone says, this game still holds up. These graphics still hold up today. I don't care what anyone says. And before anybody says anything about the bandana, I didn't feel like doing anything with my hair. And I've had it down, and I've been outside all day, and it was hot. So I'm putting my hair up with my bandana.
Navi, Navi, where art thou? Come hither. Oh, Navi the fairy. Listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. Dost thou sense it? The climate of evil descending upon this realm. Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But, before the tremendous evil power, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now. Find our young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly. The fate of the forest, nay, the world, depends upon thee.
So another thing everybody should be aware of, there is a wonderful thunderstorm raging outside of my place right now. So you may occasionally hear some thunder through the audio. and I may lose power. So if this just cuts off for no reason, pretty much assume that's what happened, because it's Florida, and it does that here. All of our hopes and dreams are put into the fate of a fairy that can't fly straight.
The Great Deku Tree wants to talk to you. Retro, get up.
Oh, Navi. Easily the most annoying video game character I think we get.
Can Hyrule's destiny really depend upon such a lazy boy?
You stuck-up fairy. Yes, it can. It depends on this lazy boy.
You finally woke up. I'm Navi the Fairy. I'm about to change your world and ruin it forever. The Great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. Now, let's go hurl ourselves into imminent danger. He summoned you. Let's get going.
There's this really funny picture I saw of, like, adult Link traveling back in time and just, like, smashing Navi into the wall. Like, let him sleep. Don't ruin his world. Alright. Saria. Alright. So I need to familiarize myself with the controls here. Because I'm not using a 64 controller. I'm using a Wii U Pro controller. Alright. I'm just gonna mash A through most of the text. For those of you who are just joining my stream, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please be sure to say hello in the comments. So there's two things we need to do before we can go see the Deku Tree. We need the sword. And we need, I believe it's 40 rupees. Come on. To buy a shield. Because we won't be allowed over there. Run away! I timed that all wrong. And that happens when you time it wrong. Gotta get used to the joystick sensitivity on this is a little different. Alright, let's see. No, that's not what I wanted. It's weird that even though, I mean, I realize it's a virtual console game, but it's weird that they didn't change, like, the buttons to be mapped to what the Wii U's controller is. I'll just have to adjust as I go.
Honestly, this may have been easier if I hooked up my 64. These controls are weird. It's gonna take a while to get used to. And I'm not doing a 100% run of this. And I'm not a speedrunner, so you're not going to see me do a lot of the speedrun strats that they do, like walking backwards, because that is actually the fastest way to move on the map. But I don't have enough of the map memorized to do that efficiently. I don't remember where all the... I know I gotta go this way. There's another coin here. No! Stupid controller. I love this music. It's so charming. Ah! I feel like the joystick on the 64 was better calibrated than this. Maybe that's one of the reasons not a lot of runners do this on the Virtual Console. Alright, we're gonna try going for it one more time, because that one blue rupee up there will be enough. Come on. I'll get the hang of it. It's like driving a new car for the first time, you know? It doesn't feel quite right until, you know, you put the pedal to the metal and break it in a bit. Finally. Alright, now I get this stupid shield. Oh, now I get that one. Couldn't show up to me earlier.
Alright, so a buddy of mine told me that if I could beat the Deku Tree in under 11 minutes, he'd give me 10 bucks. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do that. I'm already at 17 minutes just trying to get the stupid shield and sword. One of the other things, if you watch speedrunners, you'll see that they play the Japanese version of the game because the text appears faster. There's also a move in the Japanese version that isn't in the American, which is a crouch stab. And it does a crazy amount of damage. All right. Inside the Deku Tree. All right. I'm looking at my timer. See how quickly I can do this on a controller I've never used before. That feels pretty good. I'm only doing that because I need some of these. Oh, whoa, hang on, what happened? Seriously? Did it just kick me out? Hang on one second, I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Oh, it tried to open the internet on it. I'm like, this thing isn't connected to the internet right now. Blah, 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 blah.
Dark Angel, welcome to the chat. Dark Angel, I have no. Quit it. Dark Angel, welcome to the chat. I have a bone to pick with you from my stream the other night. Oh, I missed it. You mentioned something about going outside recently. This was on my Pokemon stream the other night. And having a bear on the hood of your car. I need more details. You just said that at the end of my stream, and then just never said anything else. Haunter35, hey, not feeling well, but here to watch. Thank you, Haunter. I appreciate you being here anywhere, buddy. So, Dark Angel, I'm not letting this go. I need to know. I mean, we're talking like type of bear. What type of car were you on that it is still okay? I mean, was there hood damage? You know, are we talking baby bear? Was the mama around? What's the story, Dark Angel? I gotta know. Mama black bear chilling on the hood of my Jeep. 2 cubs were playing with a soccer ball in my yard. Okay. Alright, so now we know the type of bear and the size. What state do you live in that this is like an issue you have to deal with? This is the most annoying part, and honestly the biggest time suck of this whole thing, is her talking.
North Dakota. North Dakota. Got it. All right then. Well, that answers that question. Not the first time I've walked outside to find a bear in my yard. In North Dakota, I believe it. Well, I guess my buddy gets to keep his $10. I didn't do this in under 11 minutes. It's gonna be close though, but nope, didn't do it. Because I missed that big jump at the very beginning of it. Yep. If I hadn't missed that big jump, I probably could have beat your time. Lego Vader in the chat. Hi, Lego Vader. Now we have a lot of really long cutscene and dialogue as the Deku Tree explains our life and how we ended up here. And
Well done, Retro. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now, I have yet more to tell ye. Wouldst thou listen? No. Now, listen carefully.
It doesn't matter what you answer, he'll tell you anyway.
A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile sorcerer's powers in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is in that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. Feror, the goddess of courage.
This is also, I believe, the first time in a Zelda game we get an origin story. To the Triforce, to the world.
Din. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nehru poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Feror, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. Then they went on to become Oscar trophies.
That's what I think every time I see how they were drawn in this.
Golden sacred triangles remain at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence. And the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man, with his evil heart, to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Retro. Go now to Hyrule Castle. There, thou wilt surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you, the stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse on me.
Now we have the Kokiri Emerald.
The future depends upon thee, Retro. Thou art courageous. Navi the Fairy, help Retro to carry out my will. I entreat ye, Navi. Goodbye.
This is heavy for a Nintendo game, man. Like, this is heavy for, like, Zelda at the time. I'll tell you right now, I'm not doing Navi's voice. Because I don't feel like pitching my voice that high, and I don't feel like reading anything she has to say. I could do this game just as well without her. This jerk. And of course, this guy blames you for the Deku Tree's death. Just can't catch a break. Alright. That'll leave. Ah. Wolf Angel, were you laughing at my comment about the Oscars? Oh, you're leaving. I knew that you would leave the forest someday, Retro. Because you are different from me and my friends. But that's okay, because we'll be friends forever, won't we? I want you to have this ocarina. Please take good care of it. I will take good care of it for about the next hour and a half. Where it will cease to matter to me. Alright, if I move quick enough over Hyrule Field, I can get to Hyrule Castle before the gate closes. It's a tight window, though. Lego Vader, only part of your message came through on the chat. Playing this on 64? No, I'm playing this on the Wii U Virtual Console. It was easier to hook this up than it was my 64. I have this on 64. But, that and I get to, you know, run it through HDMI cables and get a little bit cleaner color and just smoother everything overall. Woot woot, look up here. It appears the time has finally come for you to start your adventure. You will encounter many hardships ahead. That is your fate. Don't feel discouraged, even during the toughest times. Go straight this way, and you will see Hyrule Castle. You will meet a princess, and I don't really care what else you have to say. Did you get all that? Yeah. No, come on. Stop it. Yes. Alright then, I'll see you around. Hoot 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 hoo! Alright, so I have a small window to make this to Hyrule Castle because they introduced a day and night mechanic into this game. Jimmy Draper coming in on Facebook. Dude, Zelda! Yes, dude, Zelda! I'm a massive Zelda fan. I love Zelda. I mean, it's honestly a toss-up for me between Zelda and Pokemon. And people make fun of me for being a fan of Pokemon, but we'll see who's laughing now. But basically all the people who make fun of me. But I love both of these franchises, and this game. So I'll tell you a little secret about one of the things about this game for me. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be tight. Because at nighttime, the gate closes. Wolf Angel says she loves the voices I'm doing. Oh, thank you. Haha, made it. So I'll tell you a little secret about this game. So this game, I've been a big Zelda fan since the original Zelda on the NES, which we had. Now, unfortunately, because it did change when I got here, I've got to wait out in this area here until daylight, which is fairly annoying. So we're gonna have a minute to wait. The princess is inside the castle just ahead. Be careful not to get caught by the guards. Hoot hoot hoot! On this ground, time flows normally.
but time stands still whether you are in Lon Lon Ranch or in a town. If you want time to pass normally, you'll need to leave town. Well, well, which way are you going to go now? Hoo hoo hoo! Do you want to hear what I said again? No! Woo! You're a smart kid. Good luck then. Woohoo! So anyway, big Zelda fan. Since I've got a moment to, I gotta wait for time to pass here. And we had an original Nintendo, and we had the original Zelda on it. At least my parents did. And I remember playing it, and it was really, really hard. If you ever played the original Zelda, it was actually a really tough game. 1998. We got a Nintendo 64. And this was one of the launch games that kind of came out that year. There was Mario Kart, Super Mario 64, and there was Legend of Zelda. And we got a 64, and my grandmother played a lot of video games. I think she still does, actually. Grandmother played a lot of video games, and she gave me her copy of Ocarina of Time on the N64, and I still have that cartridge, and it's still a working cartridge, but I still have that cartridge. So this game it has a very special place in my heart because I poured so much time and energy into playing this game back when it first came out, when I got that cartridge. So we're gonna hop in here to the market and hop back out, because I need her to be there to give me something I need. This is Malon. A lot of people ship Link and Malon, and you've got to talk to her twice. You got to find her dad. She works at Lon Lon Ranch. Her dad owns Lon Lon Ranch. And she's going to give you an egg she's been incubating. And so now we're going to put that there. All right. Now we're going to sneak into the castle. And if the guards see us, they'll throw us out. Yeah, not talking to her. And since I've got a minute to kill because her dad is over here sleeping. But I can't wake him up yet. So I've got to wait. I've got to wait for that egg she gave me to hatch. And it takes it's a cycle. So while I wait, I will take this opportunity to talk to everybody about Geek News Now. If you aren't familiar with Geek News Now, you should be. Go on over to geeknewsnow.net for all of your Geek News Now. No clickbait, no articles, just real Geek News Now. Well, lots of articles, no clickbait articles. And I'm a little biased. I am one of the article writers over there. And if you type my name, Devin, into the search bar at the top, you'll find 24 articles I've written for the website and all kinds of stuff, including a weekly Dungeon Crawl article. So if you're really into Dungeons & Dragons, that article is for you.
There's all kinds of stuff, but not just our website. Go on to Geek News Now on Facebook, where we have giveaways and competitions and contests, and we're going to be hosting a Tekken 7 tournament, which is awesome. And if you want details about all of that, including this month's big contest that we're doing, which is a video game giveaway, you got to get over there. I'm really jealous because since I work for GNN, I cannot enter the contest. So enter it for me, win it, and tell me how awesome it is. So you should go on over to Geek News Now right over on Facebook. You can go on our YouTube page, Geek News Now, and you will be able to see awesome interviews and live panels and all kinds of cool stuff that we do. Go to... we have a GNN_gaming YouTube channel now where you're going to be able to catch replays of our streams. Because once these go up on Twitch, they only stay up for a little while before Twitch takes them down or they get replaced with the next stream. Well, now you can go over to the GNN_gaming YouTube page, and you'll be able to see all of our streams. So, thank you for following. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. This is DJ Devin coming at you all night long over here on Retropiece Theater at GNN_gaming. I am also on about 3 hours of sleep in a couple days, which makes this really interesting to do. And part of the reason why I didn't want to do anything with my hair. I'm too tired to care. If I had timed this better, we'd be in good shape. There it is. The chicken hatched. Now we go over here, and we very rudely use the chicken to awaken this guy who very coincidentally happens to look like Mario. I wonder if that's a coincidence, Nintendo. Can't a person get a little shut-eye around here? Hello, and who might you be? Yep, I'm Talon, the owner of Lon Lon Ranch. I went to the castle to deliver some milk, but I sat down here to rest, and I guess I fell asleep. What? Malon was looking for me? Oh, I'm gonna catch it from her now. I messed up bad, leaving Malon behind to wait for me. She's really gonna let me have it. Once we get past the really the first 3 dungeons, this speeds up a lot. And I think you'll see that. All right. Now we have to avoid the guards once again. I loved doing this part as a kid, though. This was fun to me. Number one, the music is great. The guards are a little RNG on their placement. And their vision boxes, as it's laid out in the game, there are blind spots, but it's easier just to wait until they're just not looking at all and run right by. This is going to be really hard because I'm still getting used to the joystick, but there's a way to... It's not worth it going for the rupees. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, so I'm just going to go this way. You can just go across the top there, but having the joystick troubles I'm having, I'm not going to risk it. But if they see you, they throw you out, and you have to go back through all of this all over again. I'm pretty good. Probably could have gone around the right side edge there. All right, we're clear. Now we've got a little bit more of a dialogue section here. And I'll show you a cool Easter egg some of you may or may not know about after we get through this part. Actually, I'll do it right now, because if you look through that window there, there happens to be, let's see, there's Luigi, right over there, and let's see if I can get a better view. There's a poster of Bowser, there's a poster of Mario, and Princess Peach. Why don't you attack the guards? It won't do you any good. You can't attack the guards here, because if you you'll just get thrown out. It's not worth the risk. It's easier just to run by them. You can attack the guards when we go to do the Gerudo Fortress later. You can hit the guards, but it's ultimately faster just to avoid them.
Then are you from the forest? Then you wouldn't happen to have the spiritual stone of the forest, would you? That green and shiny stone? Pretty please, oh please? Do you have it? Yes. Just as I thought. I had a dream. In the dream, dark storm clouds were billowing over the land of Hyrule. But suddenly, a ray of light shot out of the forest, parted the clouds, and lit up the ground. The light turned into a figure holding a green and shining stone, followed by a fairy. I know this is a prophecy that someone would come from the forest. Yes, I thought you might be the one. Oh, I'm sorry. I got carried away with my story. I didn't even properly introduce myself. I just sound like a complete lunatic. I am Zelda, Princess of Hyrule. What is your name? Retro. What an odd name. Strange. It sounds somehow familiar. Okay then, Retro. I'm going to tell you the secret of the sacred realm that has been passed down by the royal family of Hyrule. Please keep this a secret from everyone. Okay. So all of you watching this, keep it a secret from everyone. I just agreed on behalf of all of you. The three goddesses hid the Triforce containing the power of the gods somewhere in Hyrule. The power to grant the wish of the one who holds the Triforce in his hands. If someone with a righteous heart makes a wish, it will lead Hyrule to a golden age of prosperity. If someone with an evil mind has his wish granted, the world will be consumed by evil. That is what has been told. So, the ancient sages built the Temple of Time to protect the Triforce from evil ones. That's right. The Temple of Time is the entrance through which you can enter the sacred realm from our world. But the entrance is sealed with a stone wall called the Door of Time. And in order to open the door, it is said that you need to collect 3 spiritual stones. And another thing you need is the treasure that the royal family keeps along with this legend. The Ocarina of Time. Did you understand well the story I just told you? I mean, as well as you can, because this whole time you sound like a lunatic. I mean, 20 minutes ago, I found out that I was apparently supposed to be the savior of the world when I'm like 7 years old. That's great! I forgot to tell you. You're going to be putting your life in perilous danger while I sit here in the castle comfortably. George Stewart coming in on YouTube. A surprise stream! Yes! A surprise stream! It was a surprise even to me. No, I talked about doing this a few days ago. I was sprying through this window just now like a total creeper. The other element from my dream, the dark clouds, I believe they symbolize that man in there. You're staring through the window at another man. Creepy. Will you look through the window at him? I mean, if I have to. Oh, okay. Just the hallway. Can you see the man with the evil eyes? That is Ganondorf, the leader of the Gerudos. They hail from the desert far to the west. Though he swears allegiance to my father, I am sure he is not sincere. The dark clouds that covered Hyrule in my dream, they must symbolize that man. What happened? Did he see you? Don't worry. He doesn't have any idea what we're planning. Yet. Yes, I told my father about my dream. However, he didn't believe it was a prophecy, because I'm just a little child. But I can sense that man's evil intentions. What Ganondorf is after must be nothing less than the Triforce of the Sacred Realm. He must have come to Hyrule to obtain it. And he wants to conquer Hyrule. No, the entire world.
Well, up to that point, that's basically been Hyrule, because we just had this whole thing about how the goddesses created Hyrule from nothing.
Retro, now we are the only ones who can protect Hyrule. Please.
Sure.
Thank you.
Back away slowly.
I am afraid. I have a feeling that man is going to destroy Hyrule. He has such terrifying power. But it's fortunate that you have come. Because what's a video game in Nintendo world if it isn't a child that saves it? We must not let Ganondorf get the Triforce. I will protect the Ocarina of Time with all my power. He shall not have it. You, go find the other 2 spiritual stones. Let's get the Triforce before Ganondorf does, and then defeat him. One more thing. Take this letter. I just happen to have it on me at all times.
It just occurred to me, she's writing it. Because that actually always seemed weird to me, that like she just happens to have this letter on her, but I see the hand animation now. She's writing a letter to give to you. I never caught that before. I've played this game 100+ times, and I've never caught that before. Alright. Let's get out of here. Busted. Busted by the babe.
I am Impa of the Sheikahs. I am responsible for protecting Princess Zelda. Everything is exactly as the princess foretold. You are a courageous boy. You are heading out on a big new adventure, aren't you?
This is also the first time we see Impa, I believe, the times that we've been introduced to her, as this like battle warrior babe instead of a really old like nursing woman.
My role in the princess's dream was to teach a melody to the one from the forest. This is an ancient melody passed down by the royal family. Too much testosterone.
I gotta be careful what I say. I'm gonna start making people mad. So on the 64 controller, you've got C buttons that you would hit that correspond to what you see on screen. Here, I have to use a joypad to hit the notes to act as the C buttons, which is weird because the joypad will only recognize in the game definitive up, down, right, left, but this is a fully functional joypad, so you've got to be really precise with the C button commands. I feel like I just made this game hard mode by doing this, by playing it on this. Alright. Now, a little less conversation, a little more action, please. Now we gotta go up to Death Mountain and meet the Gorons. But before we do that, we have another song we need to go learn. Off to Lon Lon Ranch we go. Lego Vader in the chat says that lady was weird. Are you talking about Impa? I liked Impa because they made her like a ninja in this, which I think was really cool. Because almost every other game, she's this like really old lady, or she's like a wet nurse or a nanny kind of character. She's not like this awesome, sexy warrior woman. That's right, I said it. Had a thing for Impa. Get over it. So it's in 64 graphics, man. They just do it for me. Any of my family that's watching this stream right now is probably just hiding in their heads in shame. Alright, so this little girl should look familiar. Oh, it's the fairy boy again. I heard that you found my dad. How did you like the castle? Did you see the princess? Dad came home in a hurry after he found him. Oh yeah, I have to introduce you to my friend, fairy boy. She's this horse. Her name is Epona. Isn't she cute? Alright, so... Seems like Epona is afraid of you, fairy boy. Oh, come on. I'm trying to get her to... My mother composed this song. Isn't it nice? Let's sing together. There we go. There we go. Now she recognizes that I have it. Oh, cute ocarina. Are you going to play this song with that ocarina? So this song is going to be important later. Now Epona likes us. Okay, that's all I was going to do here. Alright, now we're going to go pay a visit to Kakariko Village. Kind of the same thing, though. I've got to get over there before it turns dark. Nice thing about Kakariko Village is you can go in there when it's nighttime. The problem is you don't want to be out in this field during nighttime because skeletons come out of the ground and attack you for like 5 minutes. Like that. Since I have a thunderstorm going on outside, just in case I lose my... I lose power, I lose everything. So we show this guy the letter. This is surely Princess Zelda's handwriting. Well, let's see. Okay. This is Retro. He is under my orders to save Hyrule. So he doesn't believe it either. What kind of funny game did she come up with? But
How are you going to ignore a letter from the princess? Yeah, this guy's gonna ask you to go to the Happy Mask shop that just opened and get the Keaton mask and bring it back to him. I'm not doing the Happy Mask trading sequence right now. I don't plan to do the Happy Mask trading sequence. Because that takes a lot of time to do. I'm not doing either of the trading sequences, because you have the trading sequence as Young Link, and you have a trading sequence as Adult Link. And the Young Link one, you get, I forget the name of it, but you get a mask that lets you see and talk to different things and find out different stuff. The Adult trading sequence gets you the Big Goron sword, which is worth it if you want the quick kill on Ganon at the end. But the problem is it's extremely difficult to do it, and I don't know that it's really faster. Put it like this, you don't see speedrunners do it. I just remembered I gotta go do something. That's not cool. I can't do anything here. Not yet. I just remembered. I have to go all the way back to the Lost Woods. I knew I was forgetting something. I knew I was missing something. I think I did this the last time I played the game too. So that's gonna cost me a few minutes of game time. So while I do this, how are all of you this evening? If you're in the chat, please let me know. If you're not in the chat, Lego Vader says, what are your top 3 favorite Zelda games? Ooh. Well, obviously Ocarina of Time goes to the top of the list. Boy, this is a tough one. I'm going to count them as the same. So, Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons are both, I mean, they were sister games that came out on the Game Boy Color. And they were very similar. In fact, in order to 100% either of them, you had to have both and be able to link trade them and do stuff together with them. So I'm going to count the Oracle games as one. So I would say Ocarina of Time, the Oracle games on the Game Boy Color, and then it's a toss-up for me between A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening. Twilight Princess was great. Skyward Sword is better than people give it credit for. Majora's Mask, I am in the minority on this one. I did not like Majora's Mask on the 64. I loved Majora's Mask on the 3DS. The 3DS remake of it. And that's because there were gameplay differences. There were actual game differences between them. There were mechanic differences. There were a few things that you just did differently. The funny thing about Majora's Mask is if you read like the story behind Majora's Mask, if you've ever played it, it's the direct sequel, literal immediate direct sequel to Ocarina of Time. They used basically all the same sprites. They reskinned the world. So the world is original that you're in, Termina. And it's got an original game concept, but you will see all of the exact same characters in that game that you see here. Right down to young Link. Now, they did change the way his shield looks, but that was actually the only real change. I am gonna do this. Maybe. It's so finicky. I don't know if I can get it. Come on. There we go. I'm glad you're good, Vader. Glad you're doing well. Now we just carry more Deku Seeds. Hi, over here. Woohoo! Retro, good to see you again. Listen to this, hoot hoot. After going through the Lost Woods, you will come upon the Sacred Forest Meadow. And I don't really care what you're saying, because I'm just going to... Thankfully, the owl is a character where you can press B through it, and it will, like, speed up most of what he's saying. If you are courageous, you will make it through the forest just fine. Just follow your ears and listen to the sounds coming from the forest. Yeah, even the Lost Woods mechanic was very similar in Majora's Mask. So I completely forgot that I've got to come here and pay a visit to Saria. What are your favorite retro multiplayer games? That would go to a lot of the old arcade games. Okay, so one of my favorite multiplayer Super Nintendo games would be the old Power Rangers games. And I'm seated about 6 feet away from my shelf that has a lot of my retro cartridges on it, or I'd show you. I'm just going to mash through this because you asked me a question. She's going to teach us a song, basically. I liked the old Power Rangers games on the Super Nintendo, specifically the Super Nintendo one. But, you know, also games like, the multiplayer Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, the side-scroller beat-em-ups, basically. I love those.
I like games where you go back and forth to complete the task. So a lot of the old Mario games. Super Mario Brothers 3 was a game that my sister and I played a lot. And what was great about that from a two-player perspective, a lot of times with like to use the first Mario game, for example, player 1 would play until they died, and then player 2 would get a turn. But the way they did it in Super Mario Brothers 3 was you alternated every level. It would be the other player's turn. So it was like, it felt, for lack of a better term, you know, when you're kids, you're waiting for your turn to play. If your sibling was better than you, you could, you know, in the first Mario game, you could be sitting there for a while and not, you know, get a chance to actually play the game. Whereas Super Mario Bros. 3, you got that. But I liked, on, like, 64, I really enjoyed, you know, like, Mario Kart is a great game. I can be a competitive person, but I'm not, like, I'm not typically fighting game competitive. I'm not, so, like, games like Mortal Kombat, while they're fun, I don't enjoy playing that against another person. I would rather play that against the, you know, the actual, computer. Come on. So the nice thing about playing this game is that it's a game that I know fairly well. I mean, obviously there's bits that I forget here and there, but so it's a good game where I get to chat with people because I don't have to pay, like, dire attention to the game to know where I'm going or figure it out. Like Xenogears is a fun one to stream, but I've never played it before, and it's got so much dialogue and so much going on that it's challenging to balance what's happening in game with, you know, all you wonderful people in the chat who are watching. So this is nice because I get to actually, you know, talk to you guys and answer questions and not have to, you know, play a lot of it with just one hand and not have to think too much about what I'm doing and how. One thing I do miss about multiplayer games that you mentioned was, you know, being able to play online is great. And the internet, especially in the last year, we've discovered new ways for the internet to bring us all together. But I do miss the feeling of having somebody right next to me that I can play a game with, you know, and the friendly banter in person and the sharing of snacks, you know, the things that come with having that other person right there with you.
All right. Now we're back here. Now I can do this part. And there's Darunia, and we could talk to him, or we could just, you know, I just gotta remember the exact order of the song. Down, right, left. Then we have this absolutely insane scene right here, which had to be so much fun to animate for the developers. Essentially, he's in a really bad mood, and dancing makes him feel better. This is exactly how I'm gonna dance at the next party I'm at, just FYI to anybody. Get it on footage. Get the video. We'll put it on the GNN Gaming channel. We'll montage it with this. There's actually a really funny thing people do where they'll take videos of people dancing and put it to this song, and it's amazing the number of times that it like works out. So now we're asking about the spiritual stone of fire. And we have to go clear out the Dodongo cavern. And he gives us the power bracelet so that we can lift up stuff that's heavier than we normally be able to lift up. Yay, now we have super strength. Alright. That'll lead us to the Lost Woods. And if we use a bomb to stop this gigantic rolling Goron that's up here in the right area, he will give us, that guy there, he will give us a bigger wallet. But I don't need that right now. Oh, too far to the right. That should do it. George Stewart in the chat, I think I only finished this game once. Yeah, I will say when they did the 3DS remake, they kept the game true you know, where Majora's Mask had a lot of changes. The 3DS version didn't really. They just basically gave you better graphics, but one of the things that they did was they improved the sound quality of the songs. And since this is a game based in music, it was really, really well done and really kind of, oh, come on. There should be a ladder over here. Yep. See how quickly I can do this. I've been in here about a minute and a half, so we'll see how quickly I can do this dungeon. This dungeon's fairly straightforward as long as you start in the right area. If you go right here instead of starting on the left-hand side, we're just going to avoid all these dudes. See, I started to play this game on my original stream, like over a year ago, and I got really far, but I didn't end up finishing it on that stream. I wasn't doing it live recordings like this. I was recording it and then doing it, and I ended up losing and getting some corrupted save data. So, oh, come on, I timed that wrong. Oh, wrong button. Don't tell me I just did what I think I did. So here's what it is. Here's why this keeps happening. I'm used to the right trigger doing things, right? The right trigger on this opens that menu. The right bumper does what the right trigger should. So, like, my reflexes are going towards the button that's causing me all these problems. This is like the most annoying enemy of this dungeon. Come on, get up there. Stop it! Stupid joystick causing me problems. Finally. That was annoying. I don't have any Deku sticks, so I've got to do this. Cannot waste it. Oh, that may not be enough. No, because it only sets off the one side. Oh, I placed it wrong. Now I gotta wait. Gotta wait for those to grow back. Then do it right. There we go. So close to the second stone. Yep. That's okay. I really don't need my shield after this point. Oh, come on. The way you can do it. All right. This would be a very bad time to fall. Like that almost was. Yeah, I'm not far from the end of this now. We'll just do it right. Oh, come on. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Didn't throw it. I'll try something. Timed it wrong. I will answer your question in a moment, Dark Angel. I want to focus on what I'm doing at the moment. I want to get on a larger platform. Dark Angel asked if I were going to introduce somebody to their first retro game, which one would I choose? Ooh, that's hard. That would be depending on the console they wanted to play. If they wanted to play 64, then I would introduce them to one of three. Either Super Mario 64, to Zelda Ocarina of Time, or to Jet Force Gemini, which is a really fun game if you've never played it. I would, Game Boy era, I would definitely do Pokemon. NES era, one of my favorite NES games that nobody talks about is some of the Star Wars games that were on NES, even though they are not canon or accurate or anything to anything at all. They're fun to play and super hard to boot. Xbox, I would introduce them to kind of the original OG Xbox, which is Halo, if you like first-person shooters. PlayStation, Final Fantasy. Xbox 360, I would say I would introduce them to Lost Odyssey, which is an excellent JRPG, and one I may do on my channel sometime. Yeah. So there's tons of options of what I may what I would introduce somebody to. This part here took me so long as a kid to figure out. Alright, now we get to go deal with, well, in a moment at least. We get to go deal with, lovely boss. I'm gonna put my, I don't need the Deku stick anymore, and I don't want to accidentally use it up, in case I may need it. I don't think I'll need it for this dungeon anymore, but shot. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Ugh, come on. Yeah, 100% blaming this on the controller. The joystick sensitivity is definitely different. Come here. Thank you. I guess with the game I would introduce somebody to would entirely... I would have to ask, you know, what game do you like now? And go from there. You know, that's... That would all... it would all depend on what somebody was into. Because I could recommend some really obscure titles that people may never have even heard of, based upon whatever your recommendations are, whatever it is whatever it is you like and are into. That cracks me up. It's such a perfect landing for such a far fall. Anywhere else in the game, you would take damage from that fall. But not this part. No, no. And this guy is not hard at all. And it's actually one of the bosses in the early, very first Zelda game. In the game, the sprite looked like a Triceratops, but it was a Dodongo. And this was how you had to kill him. You had to put bombs in front of him and he would eat them. And that was how you did damage to him. So there's a lot of callbacks to the original Zelda in this. Such a gruesome death. Like, Nintendo really went dark with this game, and we're not even to the darkest parts. Like, there's some realities that hit you pretty hard later on in this game. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I don't care if this stream is 5 hours. We're gonna get there. Now we have more wonderful dialogue. I imagine this guy kind of have like the surfer bro voice. Just kind of how he is. Or like the Hulk Hogan.
More to the surf, bro. Thanks to you, we can once again eat the delicious rocks from the Dodonga's cavern until our stomachs burst. What a wild adventure. It'll make an incredible story. I can't believe that the Dodongas suddenly appeared in such great numbers. And that big... now it's suddenly turning southern as I do this. Dude, and that big rock blocking the cave. All this trouble must have been caused by that Gerudo thief, Ganondorf. He said, give me the spiritual stone. Only then will I open the cave for you. Yeah, it keeps turning southern. We become sworn brothers. He gives me the stone. Now I'm a honorary Goron. That's how I want to receive everything that's held to me, that's presented to me, just... You don't know what he means by sworn brothers, but you've collected 2 spiritual stones, just 1 more to find. Alright, we do have one thing. We do need to go up Death Mountain. We're going to go see the Great Fairy. This scene is hilarious to me. They're all trying to give you a hug. That didn't work. Come on. I'm not going to do it right now because it would just kill time. But if you blow this rock open and jump down the hole, there's a cow inside. And if you play Princess Zelda's Lullaby, it will give you milk if you have a container to put it in. See what I mean? The joystick for this is tricky. For the C buttons. No, I don't want to use a bomb. Get it away from me. That's annoying. There's actually a way to climb this with all of the Skulltulas on there. But it's a timing thing, and it's easier just to knock them out. Let's see if I can hit that one. There we go. I should be clear to climb all the way to the top. I don't worry about my health, because once I get up here, there's no more enemies, and I'm going to see the Great Fairy, which will refill my hearts.
It cracks me up how they always made the Great Fairies like super scantily clad and sexualized. It's hilarious the way that they do it. And if you've ever played Breath of the Wild, it's ridiculous. So now we get a charged sword technique, which it's a wonderful camera angle right there. That just looks so wrong. And you now we have a charged sword technique and it refills our hearts. And something I didn't even know about when I first played this game. I mean, I eventually did learn it, but on the off chance somebody doesn't know, there's a fast way down from here back to the town. Yeah, now we have the magic meter. And we're going to go to Hyrule Castle next before we go deal with the third spiritual stone, because there is a magic ability that is there called Den's Fire that I want to get. And he's going to take us down the mountain. Yeah, this wonderful, lovely cutscene here. Taking the scenic route? What are you doing? And drops us off on top of a house. How nice of him. However, it is the only way to get this heart container, which you haven't seen me do much with. I'm not going to get all of them. I'm going to get a few of them. I'm mostly going to get the heart containers that come with the bosses. There's something else I want to do here. Wolf Angel, which Legend of Zelda game would you say is the best to introduce someone to Legend of Zelda? Ocarina of Time. The reason is because the earlier Zelda games that came out on like Super Nintendo, like Link's Awakening and the early Zelda games, didn't have as much dynamic storytelling that this does. So here you get this wonderful backstory on Hyrule and the goddesses and Ganon and Zelda and Link, and you get introduced to them as kids. Here in about the next 45 minutes, we're going to get introduced to them as adults. There's just so much here. And I would definitely point people from a story perspective and from a... No, time doesn't pass here. That's right. I have to leave to go outside of town for time to pass. But there's just so much story here that you don't have in the other Zelda games up to this point. The other one I would say is Skyward Sword, and that's because Skyward Sword, once you get the tricky thing about Skyward Sword and why it gets so much crap from people is because the motion controls. It was a game made for the Wii with motion controls, but if you play it on the Wii U with the Wii Motion Plus, which is how I play it, they dialed that in and they fixed it and they straightened it up a lot. Because you have better sensitivity, you can set the Wii sensor bar up a little better with the Wii Plus controller. But the reason I say Skyward Sword is because chronologically, the story of Skyward Sword is the original Zelda story. It explains why there is a Link and Zelda in all these different timelines. It explains how where all of that is and comes from. And it's fun to play. I actually wrote an article about it. You should go check out on geeknewsnow.net. So this lady here, we need to find her cuckoos, whatever these things are called. We need to put them back in the pen. Come on. That's because we need a bottle, and this is the easiest bottle to get. Never attack the chickens in a Zelda game. Ever. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, come on. No chickens were harmed in the making of this game. This is the only way to get to that other side. Is you have to float with a chicken, but you've got to do it just right. You should explain why you don't attack chickens. Let me finish this part of the quest, and then I will attack a chicken and show everybody why you should not attack the chickens in a Zelda game. It doesn't matter which Zelda game either. All of them. It's like this running gag with the cuckoos, whatever they're called. You never hear them actually pronounced, so I don't know how it's actually... It's spelled cuckoos, but there we go. That's it. Alright, I can throw that chicken over. Picking them up and throwing them does not affect your, does not hurt them or affect them in any way. Unless you fall down a hole with them. Come here. Come here. Thank you. I will, rather than explain the whole thing with the chickens, I will show you why. I will attack a chicken. I will take one for the team. Go up the ladder. Come here. I gotta find where they all hopped off to. See how many am I missing? Yep. Sometimes there's one up here. Negative. She say how many are missing? I don't even remember the number. Just kind of vaguely remember. Who's around? Please help me bring them the other two. Okay. Did one get in the work site? No. Oh, because I went down the hole, it went back to here. That's why. If you leave the area while you're doing the chicken fetch quest, it resets where all of their location is. And I left the area when I grabbed this one. Because I fell down that hole. I didn't think it would do that. Alright, and the last one is up here by the guard gate. So we're going to end up going to Hyrule Castle Town Market. We're going to buy the shield, because we're going to need it as Adult Link. And we're going to go visit the other Great Fairy. Do that whole side quest real quick, and then we're going to get to the third spiritual stone. Okay. She has all of these cuckoos, but she has allergies, so she can't touch them. So if they get out, you're on your own. So we're going to need that bottle in order to do everything with the third spiritual stone. Alright, now this is why you don't attack the cuckoos. Yep. They initiate a poultry blitz, if you will, that looks something like this. They call in all of their chicken friends to come and attack you. Run away! Run away! Oh, the humanity! And, like, they fly in front of you and then turn around, so you have to run into them. I don't even know if I can get out of this town alive. They don't follow you outside the town, though. But that is your only saving grace, is to get out of Dodge. I could have gone inside a building and done it, but I was leaving town anyway. But that's why you don't attack chickens in any Zelda game. Doesn't matter which one. Just don't do it. I should have enough rupees to buy the shield, but I think I need at least 50, because I know I get a discount from the guard. So we're just going to come in here and rob the bank of the town. There we go. There's a total of, I believe, 4 empty bottles in the game. But really, I only need 1 to beat it. Oh. I need more rupees. I was thinking it was like 50 or 60 for the shield, not 80. Oh, gold skull, sure. Might as well kill him while I'm here. I'm not trying to talk to the shop owner. So he gives it to us for 10 off. So we can't really use the shield yet, but it'll be important. We'll need it when we become Adult Link. So might as well go ahead and get it now. We don't really need the shield for the third and final dungeon for Kid Link. Clipped right through the wall. Okay. Never ceases to crack me up. So there are, there's Den's Fire, Feror's Wind, and Nehru's Love are the 3 spells. I'm only getting Den's Fire because I don't need the other 2. Here, this is easier. We don't actually take damage, and it just very quickly throws us out. Okay. And now we're off. Well, now I know the reference to the chickens in Fable. Yes. Exactly, yes. I know exactly the reference you're talking about, and yes. It is... I mean, and it goes all the way back. So there weren't really chickens to deal with in the first 2 Zelda games. That was a thing that showed up in the 3rd Zelda game, A Link to the Past. You could be in Kakariko Town and Kakariko Village and be dealing with that. And it was just this thing, like, it wouldn't occur to you to attack the chickens. Like, there's no reason, game-wise, to do it. But if you did, even in that old Super Nintendo game, that's what would happen. And then it just became a thing. Woohoo! Looks like you've gotten bigger and stronger already, Retro. I'm just going to skip through his dialogue. Just ahead lies Zora's domain. The Zoras serve Hyrule royal family by protecting this water source. Their door will not open for anyone except those who have some connection with the royal family. Let them hear the melody of the royal family. Hoo-hoo-hoo! A 1, a 2, a 3. Bonus points if you can tell me what that's from. Now, even though it's nighttime here, I don't have to deal with skeletons, which is nice. Woohoo! Grab this chicken. Just keep moving, just keep moving. That's the thing, is if a lot of areas where killing the enemy isn't imperative to the room, if you just keep moving, even if you take a little damage, it's not the end of the world. It's better just to keep it's better just to keep moving. I switched over to the let's see if I can get my cables out of the way. The Wii U gamepad. I'm getting a little better control of the game playing on here than on the Pro Controller. And I think it's just because my Pro Controller, I need to tweak it. The Z button, or what would be the Z button, L1 kind of sticks. That's why I was having some Z targeting trouble earlier. But I'm also having a little more sensitivity with everything. So there's two things we're gonna do here. First off, I didn't catch what reference you wanted to see if anyone knew. In reference to the owl, I just went a 1, a 2, a 3. 3. Can anyone tell me what that's from? Specifically referencing the owl. Tootsie Roll commercial. Tootsie Roll Pops. Yep. Tootsie Pop. This was like my favorite part of this whole like section of the game. Because he does this beautiful swan dive. Right off the front. And they give you way too long to do this. And the secret is you can see your shadow under the water. Is just get it right next to or on top of the rupee. Now you can move underwater, but it's easier if you can get your shadow right on top of it. But they give you way too much time to do it. And you make back 25 rupees. It costs you 20 to do it. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? That's right. So now that we've done this diving game, we go back up there, and we will get the Zora silver scale that'll let us dive down, be underwater longer. There's 2 scales in the game. The silver scale you get doing this. The gold scale is completely optional and not necessary at all. But just a fun extra thing if you want to play the fishing game and you can catch the biggest fish possible in the pond. You will get the Zora's gold scale.
but I'm not even going into the fishing place because again, you don't need to do it to beat the game. And I missed and dove into the rock. So we're gonna go down this way. And this is the other bottle. You get this one automatically. It's because you have to have a bottle to go further, so if you don't do the other things. But I like having a second bottle. You really only need one. But I like having the second bottle because you can put a fairy in it, or you can put a health potion in it. Usually I just use it to catch a spare fairy. But I usually do not use more than one bottle. And just because I'm here, I'm going to do it. And get another piece of heart. Ah! I bet that roll probably overdid my steps that for the time this was going to last. There we go. Alright, now we can go do the third dungeon for this. Actually, that's not the one I need. The one I need is that one. And get ready for the longest movement scene in a video game. There are memes about this. This is a thing. It's like a 45-second time waste. So you have this letter from Princess Ruto saying she's trapped inside of Lord Jabu Jabu. But how could he know? How could anyone know? How did she get a letter in a bottle outside of Lord Jabu Jabu? And you're gonna meet Lord Jabu Jabu in a moment. Lord Jabu Jabu is a gigantic godfish. Could it be a trap? Could it be a ploy? So I've been going for almost 2.5 hours now. Welcome to Geek News Now, GNN_gaming on Twitch. I'm so happy you have found my channel. And I encourage you, please, if you have not followed our channel, go ahead and follow and subscribe. You get one free subscription every month with your Amazon Prime account. Now, you do have to re-up that every month, but why not subscribe to GNN_gaming and see more awesome content like this, or see some of our other streamers like Wolf Angel and Haunter, Grand Poobah, Legendary. These guys are running all the time, all week long, always content. And if you follow us and you have the Twitch app, you will get notified every single time that we go live. I run on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights and on the occasional Saturday whenever I might happen to have that evening free. And everybody's so lucky that you get to watch me do this for a couple hours. So I caught a fish earlier. This is Lord Jabu Jabu. I'm gonna drop a fish, feed him. And now it's a Jonah story. Yep. Slingshot and the boomerang is the other weapon that we get in this one. Those would be our best friends. For the most part, we're going to just avoid the enemies in here. And there's Princess Ruto. The brat. I am Ruto, Princess of the Zoras. What? Are you saying my father asked you to come here to save me? I'd never ask anyone to do such a thing. Letter in a bottle? I have no idea what you're talking about. My father is worried about me? I don't care. Anyway, I can't go home right now, and you get out of here, understand? Yeah, she's a brat. So he's different now. Something's going on with him. Could he be corrupted like everything else? Have to keep talking about her. Fine. I will give you the honor of carrying me. So now we've added this into the mix. Great. Now I've got to go back and get her. And just like most water levels on most video games, the 2 water levels of this game are terrible and not a good time. Come on. Stop it. This is the hard part about the C buttons be assigned to a joystick. The slightest movement, it starts messing up on you. That's why I kept picking up bombs earlier when I was trying to use the slingshot. It was annoying. I guess an easy way around it would be to set the slingshot to like the down button. Oh, come on. Don't tell me she's gone. You have to bring her with you. This is the most annoying part of this. I was really expecting to be a lot further in the game now, but I made several mistakes. You know, forgetting to go get Saria's song when I did, as well as the issues I was having with the controller, and but we'll get as far as I can. Ever played any of the Castlevania or Bloodstained games? Oh yeah, I have all of them, of both. Dark Angel, what's your opinion of the Castlevania Netflix series? Because honestly, I really liked it. Partly because it had some of my, I mean, it was well written, and I think it was well done. It had some of my favorite voice actors in it, but I'm curious what other people's thoughts are. If you've seen the Castlevania Netflix series, what are your thoughts? I think it's pretty awesome. Yeah. I was really happy with how it was done. And then you had Richard Armitage, who, if you aren't familiar with Richard Armitage, he's done a lot of acting, but most people know him as Thorin Oakenshield from The Hobbit. I think it's probably his most recent role. Actually, there were several actors from the Hobbit series that were in it, as well as Jason Isaacs, who was Malfoy, Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter. A bit gruesome for some, but that's the whole part of the story. Oh yeah, it's dark, and rightfully so. I mean, you're dealing with vampires and monsters and, you know, the damned. These weird stingray-looking things. The boomerang is another classic Zelda weapon. Oh, I had to bring her in here with me. Blast it. I forgot I had to bring her inside on that one. Thankfully, she's just over here. This is the one I can leave her on. Well, I deal with this guy. Every time you kill one of those tentacle things, it opens up the pathway to go somewhere else. Wolf Angel. Currently playing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I also really like the Castlevania Netflix series. Suddenly remembered I don't have to do that room. Just get the compass. She should be back in that main area, and I don't think I need her now. So I think I can just go in here. No, that one's still there. So it's this way then. Yeah. Should be able to take care of the rest of this without her. why it throws it wide like that sometimes. Come on. Alright. Well, that part's done. Finally move on near the end of this dungeon. This mini boss is terrible. But that would be too easy. There's the spiritual stone. And, yeah. Now this happens. An octopus? Could it be? A gigantic? Wait for it, wait for it! Octorok! Yeah, this thing is a nightmare. I hate this thing. Oh, man. That's honestly like the hardest boss, mini boss, like period. Like the main boss of this level is not as hard as that is. I think there's a fairy in one of these. Yep, come here. Ha! Caught a fairy. Now, fairies in Zelda, for those of you who may or may not be familiar, are wonderful things because fairies, if you die, will automatically revive you. I mean, you can use them at will to refill your health, but they're better just left alone and just let them automatically revive you. And of course I go and use it. stupid C button controls. Come on. Stop it! See, I can't. Man. See, I don't have that other shield. I didn't think I would need it. So now it's quite annoyingly causing problems for me. Now I wish I had that fairy. What is going on with this dude's insides that all of this can happen inside of him? Like, you alright, man? Like, do we need a fishy veterinarian? What is a veterinarian for fish? Is that just a regular veterinarian? Or is it just like a marine biologist? There we go. Oh, that was brutal. Of course, now I'm going into the boss fight with half a heart. But I should be able to get Aquaculture Veterinarian. Thank you, Wolf Angel, in the chat. Aquaculture Veterinarian. Alright, I like it. I just assumed it was like marine biologist. Let's see if I can get some of these. Usually these over here will have some hearts. He's shooting laser beams at me, so I'm gonna try to avoid him. See if I can stay ahead of him enough to have it not be an issue. Ah. Get out of this corner, man. controls are killing me. I think I ended up cleaning the room out. Fine. Oh, with 3/4 of a heart to spare. I do not like these controls. This is driving me nuts, man. Oh, this is driving me nuts. Blood and guts everywhere. Look who's impatiently waiting for us. This whole next scene is weird. You looked cool. Cooler than I thought you would. Anyway, you saved me, so I guess I'll reward you. Anyways, I want that spiritual stone. Zora's sapphire. My mother gave it to me and said I should give it only to the man who will be my husband. You might call it the Zora's engagement ring. Yep. 7-year-old Link just got engaged. That's a thing. Maybe 10-year-old. I'm not sure. They don't actually. I don't know if they actually say how old he is. I think he's 10. 10 or 11. You don't know what she's talking about. But you finally collected all 3 spiritual stones. Alright. Okay. Do one last swan dive. I love the way the Zora look in this, and I think they look... Honestly, I think they look better in this than even how they designed them in Breath of the Wild, which is probably heresy to a lot of people, but that's my feeling on it. Let's see if I can... Oh. Little to the right. Come on. Okay. Alright, so I've done everything I need to do as Young Link. Now we can go do everything for now. It'll be relevant that we turn back to Young Link later in the game. But for right now, I think... there's one more thing I can do, I guess. Yeah. There's one more thing I can do. Come on. Stupid. Stupid C button controls. We just blew open the Hyrule family tomb. That's right. So this is how you get the Sun Song. Sun Song is great for two reasons. Secret melody of the Composer Brothers. First, the Sun Song changes day to night, night to day. So that's useful. It also turns the re-deads to stone. So they don't attack you, which are the zombie things that were in the room before this. They're super annoying and can kill you. Which are these guys in this room. Some of these guys are stone and they won't mess with me. We're coming up on another long bit of dialogue for a few minutes. And then we're not going to have as much dialogue for a little while. And of course, her cuckoos, her chickens have gotten out again. As chickens do. So I've been going for about 3 hours. I'm going to keep going for a little bit if that's alright with everybody. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, you definitely should. Because we are streaming constantly all week long. And if you haven't been over to Facebook, Geek News Now, to see our contests, giveaways, and awesome prizes that we have for people just for being a part of the Geek News Now family, you should be sure to go check that out on Facebook at Geek News Now. Go to our YouTube Geek News Now pages, as well as our website, geeknewsnow.net. Strange. Daytime, but the drawbridge is up. Whatever could it be? Now we have a long cutscene. Which should look familiar from about 3 hours ago when we started all of this. What's the dark, ominous, looming cloud? Look at that nose. Forget losing sight of them, just smell them. Man, he's got ears for days. It was a really big deal to me that there was a blinking animation for him. Like, that was so, like, new and unheard of in games, was animation like that at this time. Come on, there we go. Then we have the Ocarina of Time, which replaces the very precious Ocarina that was given to us 3 hours ago. And now we just no longer care about that one. Retro, can you hear me? It's me, Zelda. Retro, when you hold the ocarina in your hand, I won't be around anymore. I wanted to wait for you, but I couldn't delay any longer. At least I could leave you the ocarina and this melody. Oh, yeah. Okay. Timeline-wise, we have legitimately finished about half the game. There's actually 6 more dungeons to go. Or 5 more. 5 more dungeons to go. 8 total. But it takes so long to get to this point. With the dialogue, the storytelling, the exposition, just everything that's going on. That once you get past this point, it goes pretty quick. The longest dungeon as an adult, I think, takes me about half an hour to do. And that's the water temple. Which everybody pretty much agrees is like the suckiest of all the temples. And it's confusing if you haven't done it a bunch. And there's one key in the game that if you don't find it, it just will drive you bananas trying to find this one key. And that's the Master Sword. It was a trap. Oh, it was Ganondorf all along.
Excellent work. As I thought, you held the keys to the door of time. You have led me to the gates of the sacred realm. Yes, I owe it all to you, kid. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, everything up to this point was just a ploy. Retro, wake up. Retro, the chosen one. This is a pretty heavy moment if you think about it. Once we get through it, just let it sink in. What's happening right now? I am Rauru, one of the ancient sages. Ages ago, we ancient sages built the Temple of Time to protect the entrance to the sacred realm. This is the Chamber of Sages, inside the Temple of Light. The Temple of Light, situated in the very center of the sacred realm, is the last stronghold against Ganondorf's evil forces. The Master Sword, the evil, destroying sword that you pulled out of the pedestal of time, was the final key to the sacred realm. Retro, don't be alarmed. Look at yourself. Look, Retro, you're big now. The Master Sword is a sacred blade which evil ones may never touch. Only one worthy of the title of Hero of Time can pull it from the pedestal of time. However, you were too young to be the Hero of Time. Therefore, your spirit was sealed here for 7 years. And now that you are old enough, the time has come for you to awaken as the Hero of Time. Well, do you understand your destiny? No more so than any other time anybody's told me my destiny in the last couple hours. But remember, though you opened the door of time in the name of peace, Ganondorf, the Gerudo King of Thieves, used it to enter this forbidden sacred realm. He obtained the Triforce from the Temple of Light, and with its power he became the King of Evil. His evil power radiated from the temples of Hyrule, and in 7 short years it transformed Hyrule into a world of monsters. My power now has only little influence, even in this sacred realm, namely this Chamber of Sages. But there is still hope. The power of the sages remains. When the power of all the sages is awakened, the sages' seals will contain all the evil power in the void of the realm. I, Rauru, am one of the sages, and your power to fight together with the sages makes you the Hero of Time. The Hero of Time chosen by the Master Sword. Keep my spirit with you, and find the power of the other sages and add their might to your own. And this is where my tattoo comes in. It's the Triforce and the medallions of all 6 sages. There we go. Now you can see it. Yep. Find the other sages and save Hyrule. And we're back in the Temple of Time. They sealed him away for 7 years. And you learned that after all of that work in an attempt to save Hyrule, you were the reason for its destruction. And now they had to wait for you to grow up enough to save it. But what? Another ninja? Who is this? I've been waiting for you, Hero of Time. I love this music right here. When evil rules all, an awakening voice from the sacred realm will call those destined to be sages, who dwell in the 5 temples. One in a deep forest, one on a high mountain, one under a vast lake, one within the house of the dead, and one inside a goddess of the sand. Together with the Hero of Time, the awakened ones will bind the evil and return the light of peace to the world. This is the legend of the temples passed down by my people, the Sheikah. I am Sheik, survivor of the Sheikahs. As I see you standing there holding the mythical Master Sword, you really do look like the legendary Hero of Time. If you believe the legend, you have no choice. You must look for the 5 temples and awaken the 5 sages. One sage is waiting for the time of awakening in the Forest Temple. The sage is a girl, I am sure you know. Because of the evil power in the temple, she cannot hear the awakening call from the sacred realm. Unfortunately, equipped as you currently are, you cannot even enter the temple. But if you believe what I am saying, you should head to Kakariko Village. What if I don't believe what you're saying? Do you understand, Retro? Okay. So Mount Doom and everything is different now. And you're about to see what's become of Hyrule Castle Town. It's a place of the dead. All right. I haven't saved in a while. We should do that. Well, that's weird. The external hard drive that I have everything installed on has apparently gone bye-bye. So maybe that's a signal. Maybe this is the time I should end my stream. I did save, which hopefully it's still on that hard drive. I guess I'll end my stream then, because I'm going to have to fidget with this for a bit to figure out what's going on. Thank you for tuning in for as long as you have. And you know what? Maybe I will pick this up again next week. We shall see. Maybe I'll do the adult link of Ocarina of Time on our channel. So once again, if you haven't been over to geeknewsnow.net, you definitely should be. And check it out. Say hi. And be sure to follow us and subscribe to our channel. And I appreciate everybody who's been in the chat and talked with me. And I look forward to seeing you Tuesday night on my stream. You should also check out Sunday night's stream of Wolf Angel. And I think she's going to be playing Sea of Thieves. And I might even be able to jump on that stream for a few minutes. We shall see. But be sure to check out. If you subscribe to our channel, you'll see when all of us go live. And we do all kinds of stuff.